start out by congratulating Minnesota and especially their coaching staff on making a Sweet 16 with all the injuries they've had this year. They didn't let it be an excuse. They played a lot of young players, and those young players, as you could see tonight, were pretty good by the end of the year. They pushed us. They made us uncomfortable. We weren't quite as crisp offensively as we normally are, but we found a way, and we're just grateful to still be dancing.
Questions from the media?
Dan, how does all of your guys' late set ties throughout the season really set you up for the situations that you guys were in today?
Yeah, but having been in intense moments all year in front of big crowds, it definitely helps. I'm trying as a coach to figure out how to not be in so many tight sets, so you could help me out with that.
Dan, your team made a lot of big plays today. I think one play, 3 big saves, and also Brooke had that pancake for a kill. I mean, how do you even explain those kind of plays for your team? Just
it was kind of a strange game in many ways. We started out struggling in serve receive, and I think at one point we passed like 15 balls perfect in a row, and then there was some kind of loose plays that normally we make look pretty easy that looked hard tonight, and then all of a sudden we had some of the most phenomenal plays, all year. And we were talking about on the elevator up that I can't recall ever seeing a pancake kill. Maybe on like a highlight from some international game, but in a game that I've coached, it's yeah.
For Olivia and Bree, that would have made it. The play with Brooke, Izzy, and Marina would have made it 22-20 Minnesota. It ends up being tied. What kind of juice, does a play like that bring to a team to close a set?
Yeah, I think it was great. I feel like one thing that we felt was off today was our vibe, and I just feel like making a big play, especially at such a big moment, because we want to focus on being good after 20, was definitely a momentum shift. And I feel like after that play was made, I was pretty confident. I was like, you know what, we're going to be fine. We're going to be able to close this out. So I feel like that definitely was a momentum shift for us.
Olivia, is there an exact reason the vibe of the team was off today, would you say?
I think obviously Sweet 16s can be nerve-wracking, and I feel like we just weren't doing our standards just weren't where they usually are. I feel like there were just a few covers that we blew, and then just a few plays where our block got a really good touch and we just weren't digging it, which is something we normally do in our gym. So I feel like that was just getting us a little flustered. But yeah, just again, even though that wasn't working during the early stages, we were able to close out. So that's all that matters.
Olivia, you guys have swept your way to the Elite Eight. There's obviously been some tight sets against Michigan, some tight sets tonight. Just how stress tested or how battle tested do you feel like you guys have been through 3 games now heading into the Elite Eight? I
think we're really battle tested. I mean, in no way does it feel like we swept our way through. All of these teams are playing their hardest, and if you look at the scores, it's not like we're blowing teams out. It's 23-25, a set that could really go either way. So I feel like it's just testing us about how we can play at the end, and I think that's something that's going to be really important moving in these next 3 rounds.
8 kills and 800 hitting percentage. What was on for you tonight?
Honestly, over this entire year, Brooke and Fish and I, we've been working on her, putting me in situations off the net, not just on perfect balls. And I think that showed a lot tonight. And honestly, throughout this entire tournament, she's just been working really hard on it. And I mean, she's setting very good, and I appreciate her a lot. But if I see it open, I'm gonna give her a kill off of that set.
Dan Blair had a big block, and the second set had 8 kills and I think 6 digs. You speak to her performance tonight.
I feel like I say the same thing about Blair every single press conference. No matter what happens, she finds a way to hit 250 plus and come up with, a couple kills a set, and it seems like 1 or 2 of them is just a huge kill that we really needed in a big moment, and so that's been kind of, I think, her mark on this team this year is just her consistency.
Dan, kind of on that note, the second set, it's 23-23, you call timeout. You guys quickly come out and put the set away. Just what did you talk about in that timeout, and how pleased were you with how you guys kind of shut things down from there?
Does anyone remember what I talked about?
By no means. I'm trying to think. Second set was on that side. It was, wait, what was the score?
2020. I think. I think there was. I do remember now. I think the message was, hey, we've made too many attacking errors in this set, but all that matters is what we do for the rest of the set, and which is kind of a mentality we preach. Is just being able to, when you're struggling, turn the page and then start a new positive streak.
Bree and Olivia, we don't often get to see you guys both having the hot hand at the same time. But in the first set, you guys combined for 9 of the 13 kills. Did you notice that you both were kind of like feeding off of each other's energy to, perform that well?
Honestly, no. But I feel like when we're on the court, we just have great energy, and just in general because we're close off the court.
Yeah.
But no, I didn't notice that. I feel like I feed off of her all the time.
Yeah, I didn't notice that, but that doesn't shock me. So that's we feed off of each other all the time on the court and off of it. So.
Olivia, you get 5 kills early in the third set, and then you close out the third set with 3 kills. Where do you think you guys did well at the beginning of the third set and the end of the third set? Where do you think you guys struggled a little bit in between that when Minnesota sort of started to come back?
I think it's kind of what I touched on earlier. It's just the small ball plays. I feel like at the beginning we were just more disciplined and we were making those plays, and then in the middle it kind of slipped up. But then at the end we were just like, okay, like we're going to have to make those plays now no matter what if we want to move on. And I think that's exactly what happened. We kind of flipped that switch, but I feel like in the middle we kind of got a little too relaxed and kind of let our standards slip a bit.
One more question.
Dan, you said you felt the offense was a little bit off today, but Olivia had 19, Bree and Blair had 8, Marina had 7. Very balanced attack for you guys. Why did you think it was off, and how do those numbers change your thought process at all?
No, I thought the offense was balanced, and I just thought we were a little too high error, and there was some. Brooke could have helped with that a little bit on a few sets, so there just wasn't as good of bettering the ball at all times, and then also sometimes we got some sets that we could have managed it a little bit better as well. So, but I did think the balance was okay.